Hello students, I am Mrs. Aradhana Amre, teacher in mathematics from Ferguson College, and in today's session of mathematical logic, topic number 1 from maths paper 1, we will continue with equivalence of statements, for which we move over to the PowerPoint presentation. Students, in last session we have seen that to prove that the two statements in logic are equivalent, we have to show that their respective truth tables are identical. And we have also seen through an example that we need not construct two different truth tables, but the columns indicating the left hand side statement and column indicating the right hand side statement, if are identical, we can say that the two statement patterns are logically equivalent. Logical equivalence can be also proved without using the truth table, but for which that part we will see later on. So right now we will concentrate on proving the logical equivalence using the truth tables, for which I have taken an example from exercise 1.2. Question 2. This question is very specific. Examination, the question will be very specific. For example, in this case, using truth tables prove the following logical equivalence means what? You have to construct the truth table and use the corresponding columns to prove the equivalence. Whereas in the other remaining sessions, we will see the same equivalence can be proved without using the truth table. So in that case, the question will be prove the following equivalence without using the truth table. So my suggestion is, whenever you read the question, please read it carefully and then answer the question. It's the third sum. P if and only if Q equivalent to negation of P or Q and negation of P and Q. We have to construct the truth table, but before that, for your understanding, I have counted the statements. Now see, the statements involved in both left and right hand side only are 2, P and Q. Even if they are repeated, as I have already told you in the earlier session, P and Q only is to be taken once. And count the connectives right from the left hand side, which will be biconditional, negation, or and negation and. So count the statements and connectives. You will see there will be 2 plus 6, 8 columns in the truth table. Now we construct the truth table with 8 columns. As I have already told you, the first 2 columns will go by default for the statements PQ. And third column onwards, we have to allot the particular column number to the particular part of the statement. Third column will go obviously for the LHS statement P if and only if Q. Now move over to the right hand side of the equivalence sign. You can see negation sign is there for the square bracket. So using the bracket rule, we first simplify the square bracket, inside which there are 2 round brackets which we simplify first. So fourth column will go for P or Q. Then fifth column will go for P and Q. Then we have negation of P and Q, which will come in column 6. Seventh will be for entire square bracket, and eighth column will be negation of the square bracket. 2 statements are there, so 4 truth values per statement. For P, T, T, F, F. For Q, T, F, T, F. If and only if Q, we know now only when both are T or both are F, we get P if and only if Q as T. P or Q means what? Only F or F is F. Rest all will be T. P and Q means what? Only T and T is T. Rest all will be F. For negation P and Q, what we do? We take the negation of column 5. Negation of T is F and negation of F is T. So that are the values in column 6. For column 7, now I am taking the P and Q and negation of P and Q, means I am using column 4 and 6. And 6 means we all know Though I have used these hints in the previous session, to begin with, I'll give you the hint in this session also. So only T and T is F. So where is it? Where do we have it? P or Q? Yes. Nowhere you can see it is F. Only this combination is T and T. This T and T combination gives you T. Rest all are F. And the 8th column is for the entire right hand side of the after the equivalent sign. So it is the negation of column 7, that is TFFT. Now left hand side is denoted in column 3 and right hand side statement is in column 8. You can see in column 3 and 8 we have exactly same identical truth values. TFFT, in the same sequence we have TFFT, hence we can mention the reason because column 3 and 8 are identical. The given equivalence is proved. Okay. Now we move over to the next example. We have to prove the left hand side entire statement pattern is equivalent to R. Now there are 3 statements involved, PQR. Connectives right from the left hand side, if you say or mention negation or negation. So there are 3 statements, 5 connectives, 8 columns will be there in the truth table. First 3 columns will go for the prime components, simple statements PQR. Now, as I have told you, simplify the bracket. So start from the left hand side. Left hand side we have a square bracket inside which we have one round bracket P or Q. Then its negation in column 5. Then the second bracket P or Q which will be in column 4. And I think they have just taken now the OR of column 4 and negation of column 4. That is the column 6, and column 7 will be for the entire statement pattern on the left hand side. Obviously, you will ask me, madam, you said there are 8 columns, but if you note that column R already exists here. So in the earlier sessions also I have told you that there is no need to repeat if the column already exists in the truth table. We only have now 7 columns in the truth table. Since there are 3 statements, there will be 8 truth values for each PQR. For P, 4T, 4F. For Q, pair of TF, pair of F, pair of T, pair of F. For R, alternate TF, 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 TF. P or Q. P or Q is nothing but 1 or 2, and we know only F or F is F. All other values will be true. So where do you get? Only here. F is F and here. Negation of P or Q is negation of TF and negation of F as T. You can see the values in column 5. Column 6, 5 or 4. 5 or 4 means only F or F is F. There is no F or F combination in 4 or 5 column. So all values will be T in column 6. And in column 7, you have entire column 6 and R means 6 and 3. So 6 and 3, only T and T combination is T. Nowhere you have that combination except again over here and here. T and T is T and here. So all these values will be T, rest all will be F. Now what do you see? Column 3 and column 7 have exactly the same truth values. That means column 3 and 7 are identical. Therefore, the given equivalence is proved. Okay. Now, I have a homework for you. You can do this because now you are acquainted of constructing the truth table using all the hints that I have given you so far. So you can complete the homework from exercise 1.2 question 2 and miscellaneous exercise 1 question 9. With this, we move over to the next part in the topic, namely tautology, contradiction and contingency. What is a tautology? Please understand the meaning first. Tautology is generally denoted by small t, and it is a tautology when a statement pattern whose truth value is true for all possible combinations of truth values of its prime components is a tautology. It's very difficult to understand from the statement. It is better understood from the truth table. P or negation P is a tautology. How can I say that? On what basis? On the basis of the truth table. I have constructed the truth table for P or negation P. And you can see why P or negation P is a tautology, because as the definition says, all the possible truth values of the prime components, the value of the statement pattern, this is the statement pattern, P or negation P is true. In short, entries in the last column should all be T, only T. Note, entries in the last column should all be only T. Then the given statement pattern is a tautology. In simple words, you give the exam, you get all 100 answers correct, 100 out of 100 marks will be your tautology. What is the contradiction? Reason is, I have already told you, contradiction is denoted by letter small c, and statement pattern whose truth value is false for all possible combinations of truth values of its prime components. Meaning P and negation P, for example, is a contradiction. On what basis? On the basis of the truth table. With all the possible truth values of the prime components P negation P, the statement pattern has only the truth value F. Means what? In short, truth values in the last column if are all false, that is F, the given statement pattern is a contradiction. In short, if we have given the exam but we get 0 marks out of 100, it will be a contradiction. It's a layman language you have to understand. Tautology, all last column entries should be T, which is denoted by small t. Contradiction, all entries in the last column F, it is denoted by small c. Then what is contingency? It is neither a contradiction nor a tautology. Simple words. Means what? If you consider the statement pattern P and Q for all possible truth combinations of truth values of prime components P and Q, statement pattern P and Q has not all T or all F, but it is the combination of T and combination of F. Last column entries are combination of T and F. So how do you write the conclusion? All truth values in the last column are not same. That is neither all T nor all F. P or negation P is a contingency. So I'll repeat it in short. Tautology denoted by small letter t. All entries in the last column are capital T. Contradiction denoted by small letter c. How do we get it? Because all the entries in the last column are F. And what is contingency? All the entries in the last column are neither all T nor all F. They are combination of TF. It becomes a contingency. There is no symbol used for contingency. So we go for an example in exercise 1.2. Question is very straightforward. That is how the wording in the question in the exam will be. Question 3. Examine whether each of the following statement pattern is a tautology or a contradiction or a contingency. You have to use the truth table again, and we know how to construct the truth table. Now I need not explain anything. Quickly we will see there are two statements PQ. There are how many connectives? Implication, biconditional, negation, or. So columns in the truth table will be 2 statements and 4 connectives, that is 6 columns. 6 columns, out of which first 2 will go for the 2 statements PQ. Third column, obviously from the left hand side you have to start. The bracket P implies Q is there. Then go to the right hand side bracket, which is negation P, and then negation P or Q, and the last column is for the entire statement pattern. That's all. Now we put the values of PQ. Now what I will do, I'll enter all the columns and see what happens. PQ by default have TTFF, TFTF values. That is fine for by default. P implies Q. We all know only TF combination is F. All other values are T in column 3. Negation P means you have to take negation of column 1. That is negation of T is F and negation of F is T. Then you have to take negation P or Q means what? Column 4, column 1. Column 4 and or column mean what? Only F or F is F. All other values will be T. By the time now you are acquainted with how to enter the values, so I'm just now giving you the hint how to fill up the values quickly without wasting time in the exam. And for last column, which indicates the entire statement pattern, it is column 3, if and only if 5. Where is my column 3? Here is my column 3. If and only if 5. For if and only if, I need either both T or both F. I get all truth values as T. That is what I am getting here. What is the conclusion? Entries in the column, last column, that is number 6, are all true, that is T. The given statement pattern is a tautology. Please understand this. Okay? I'll give you a second or two for you to understand. Constructing the truth table is the common part. Only thing now your conclusion for tautology, contradiction or contingency will depend upon the entries in the last column. I'll take one more example. 10th one. You can see there are 3 statements PQR and connectives 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's confirm. Yes, 3 statements, 7 connectives. So there will be 10 columns. There is no space left on this slide. So now I will go for the truth table on the next slide. This is the expression or the statement pattern for which we are constructing the truth table. 10 columns, there is no space for the 10th columns. I have written that expression in the end. First 3 columns for PQR. Now inside the right hand side square bracket, negation Q will come first, then the round bracket, negation Q or R, then the entire square bracket will be in column 6 here. For 7th, it will be first the bracket Q implies R, then outside the bracket, round bracket is P implies QR, which is nothing but entire right hand side square bracket, and its negation will come now in the 9th column. And 10th column is, where will be the 10th column? 10th column will be entire 8 if and only if, 8 if and only if 9. Default values of PQ are all 8 in number because there are 3 statements. P will have 4 T's, 4F. Q will have pair of T, pair of F, pair of T, pair of F. R will have single T, F, T, F, T, F, T, F. Negation Q will be negation of column 2, which will be here, negation of column 2. You know how to write the negation. Negation Q or R means 4 or 3. 4 or 3, what do you see? 4 or 3, only FF combination is F. All rest of the values will be T. Implication is of P implies Q or R means column 1 implies column 5. Remember the sequence. I told you implication, you have to take first finger on column 1 and second finger on column 5 and then draw the arrow, and only T implies F combination is F. Only the second row value is F, all other values are T in column 6. Then Q implies R is 2 implies 3. What do I have told you? Either use the pencil or use the 2 fingers of your hand to get only T implies F as F between 2 and 3. See here, T implies F, where it is here also, T implies F. Only these 2 values are F, all other values will be T in column 7. Now it is P implies Q implies R. Means what? 1 implies 7. 1 implies 7 means you will arrow or one finger will start from 1 and will end in the column 7. So first to 7, T implies F. Anywhere else? No. Only this value is F. All other values are T. Its negation means what? Negation of column 8. I need not now repeat what is the negation. You have it in front of you. And the last column is the entire statement pattern. There is no space left on my slide or your page. You can just mention the column using the column numbers also. You can give the heading to the last column. 6 if and only if 9. Now if and only if means what? Both should be either T or both should be either F. Is there any combination both T? Do you see? No. It's TF, it's TF. Nowhere we have both column entries, both T or both F. So entries in the, what you are getting is only F. Okay. Not getting T. Because only when entries in column 6 and 9 are T, T, F, F, you get T. It's not there, so I'm getting F. Entries in the last column are all false, and therefore, what do you see? What is the conclusion? That the given statement pattern is a contradiction. Please note, you must get all F. Conclusion with reasoning is going to give you 1 mark in the exam. So please be very, very careful that you don't miss out with the reasoning and the conclusion. Only constructing the table will not give you all 4 marks or 3 marks. Okay, maybe if this question is for only 3 marks, 1 mark will go for column 6, 1 mark will go for column 10, and 1 mark will go for column 9. If you have 4 marks question, maybe one of the marks allotted to one of the in between columns. Please note. One more example. This is the statement pattern. You can see there are 2 statements PQ, connectives, negation, negation, and negation. Or I told you repeated statements to be taken only once, but connectives, even if repeated, you have to count all the connectives. So you have 7 columns in the table. What I will do is just complete the construction of the table, and then we will discuss. First 2 columns by default, as I have told you, will go for P and Q with 4 values each. For P, T, T, F, F, Q, T, F, T, F. Now, inside the square bracket, there is a round bracket, and inside the round bracket, first we have negation P and then negation Q. Negation P means negation of 1. Negation of T is F, negation of F is T. Negation of Q means what? 4th column is negation of column 2. So which is again negation of T is F and negation of F is T. Then you have negation P and negation Q, 4 and 3. And means what? What is the hint? Yes, only T and T is T. All rest values will be F. Now I have to take the negation of column, negation of P and negation Q. I think it should be negation of 5 column number. It's okay. So it will be negation of F is T, negation of F is T, negation of F is T, and negation of T is F. And last column will be the square bracket or Q means what? Column 6 or 2. Now where is my column 6? Here is my column 6 or column 2. Or means I need only F or F is F. For or disjunction, all other values will be T. What do you see? What do you see in the last column? That it is neither all T nor F. Therefore, the given statement pattern is a contingency. Even if there is one single F here, it's not all T or all F. You have to write the reason and then write the conclusion in the proper format. Okay, so we have seen one example on tautology, one on contradiction, one on contingency. I'll just give you the gist of the remaining 3 problems that I have already done. Last column is what? What do you see? Combination of TF, so it is a contingency. Question 9 from same exercise, same question. You can see that. Then same question, same exercise, problem number 8. All the entries in the last column are F. So it is a contradiction. I'll go back if you want. If you note down, you can solve it on your own. Problem 9 from exercise 1.2 question 3. It's a contingency. Eighth problem from question 3 from exercise 1.2 is a contradiction. And fifth problem from question 3 and from exercise 1.2 is a tautology. Is it clear? So you can use it as the home reference to complete the remaining problems. I'm going back just for the reference. Ninth problem, eighth problem, and fifth problem from question 3, 1.2. So with this reference, you can complete the homework. The black ones are, I have already shown it on the slides. So you can take them as a reference and also complete the homework. Students, in this session, we have solved the problems on logical equivalence and also have seen tautology, contradiction, and contingency. In the next session, we will continue with the next subtopic of mathematical logic. Till then, bye and thank you.